Hello, this is Victor. I'm here with a new video to talk about the topic of this week. This week is about battle reports, why we do battle reports, what is the reason for us to do the battle reports and why we watch battle reports. So let's start first on why I start watching battle reports, and then I will explain about the ones that I do. So first, I have to say that I start watching battle reports as a curiosity. I see some people showing what they do and I say, okay, let's look what these people do. And then I realize that I can learn a lot from battle reports from others. So I start watching them to see what lists, how they play, what combinations work, what is not working. And yeah, and a little bit understand a little the meta in other regions, to know how in other places is played. Especially, I start watching battle reports from UK mainly, and US and Spain. I have to say that I started watching first 40k battle reports because it's the one that is was more interesting for me at that moment. I started watching battle reports based on my army. So I was just doing random search sorry, on YouTube, looking for battle reports that were including one of my armies, one of the armies I play. In that way I was able to see other people playing my same army. What I was doing that because I truly think that is a way to make your learning curve faster. It's a way to make your learning curve stiffer and a way to learn faster how to play your army and to see how combinations are working and what other combinations are not working. Of course, you always have to try later on, but I think I find a way to learn. And also other ways to play Warhammer. So, and I was very interested also, later on I was more interested on fluffy lists, to see other things that normally are not seen on the battlefield. So not only for learning, to see other people playing, to see other combinations, to see what type of armies can be fun and what is broken, and yeah, and just to learn and see, because as I cannot play a lot, and I will go here, so I was a period that I can play maybe 1 game per month. Now I'm playing a little bit more, 2-3 games per month, but I cannot play every week because I have a family, 2 kids, and I cannot dedicate every week time to do a game. I can dedicate time to paint and trying to organize myself to be able to play more and see if I can play more in the evenings or in the nights. But yeah, it's not that easy, and when I moved to Belgium I completely had to build up again all my relations, and I have to build up a gaming group, and yeah, and it's not easy because talking another language, being a foreigner, is not that fast and that easy. Now I start also joining with people here. I start being more active in the local shop. So I expect to play more and to have more games and more battle reports. Then why I start doing battle reports? So yeah, I start doing, first I have to say I do battle reports of almost all the battles that I do. I will say that is, if it's not 100%, it's 90% of the battles that I do. At the beginning I lost some battle reports because the pictures or the video was not taken correctly, or I didn't like how the battle went, and I said, okay, this is not worth it to put. But today I think I'm doing battle reports of all the battles that I do. The curious thing here is I'm using different formats for 40k and fantasy, and think I will merge the same format to the one I'm using for fantasy. If you look at the battle reports, I like the ones, and this is I like the ones that are more pictures, or they explain the turn and you don't have to see the full game. So I like the ones that are not just a very fast summary, but it's a summary of each turn of each phase. So you don't have to see in detail all the throws, and you don't have to see in detail all the rules that they play. I just want to see the summary and how the army and see the big picture. I don't see the detail. But for me, what is more interesting is to see the thinking behind of the movements, the thinking why a person is doing this movement, or how they decide to play this part of the game, what are the difficulties they find. So I'm very interested on the battle reports where the person explains the reason of the movements. I think once beaten, do a lot this, and it's good because then you can learn and you can follow the rationale that he's following on behind his strategy. So what I try to do now in 40k, I do almost everything video, and at the end of each video I explain what happened during the turn. I start doing as in fantasy. It's very curious because normally in fantasy community it's more pictures and people is commenting on the pictures, and in 40k you see more videos and people commenting directly on video. The advantage of the video is that it's faster, so you comment at the spot, but it's breaking the game, and I think this is it's breaking a little bit the flow of the game, and in tournaments it's not that easy to do, and there is a lot of background noise. So I understand that for editing and for making it's easier, and you can capture more because it's very short memory what you need, but it's more noisy and sometimes there is more background noise. The other type of battle reports that I do is I do pictures, and then once at home I comment the pictures on my computer. So and I think this is working better for me. And then later on what I'm doing is I'm editing some rows and some symbols to indicate easier for the people what is happening on the battlefield. So in that way, even if you don't have good knowledge of the language, you can more or less follow. So you see when a unit is crashed, you can see what are the movements that the people have done during the turn, and I think it's more visual and it's helping to follow. So yeah, and then the advantage of doing battle reports that for me the battle reports have two advantages, or two things to take into account. First is you review your battle, and then you can see where you did a mistake. So normally during the battle you say, oh, this is bad luck, here I have very bad luck, but then when you start reviewing your battle report, you realize, well, maybe it was bad luck, but maybe doing this movement was better choice than what I did on the battle, and you can learn for future battles. So I think also making your own battle report is helping you to learn more about the battle that you played. On top of that, then you share with the community, and the community is giving feedback, and it's also a very important point because then this feedback can be used for future battles. And you also learn better the rules because you want to be right, and then if you make a mistake, the people can spot it easily or can tell you why you do that, and then when you start rationalizing, maybe I think it's more interactive, and then you make your battle more open to more people. So this is why I like to do battle reports. It's fun for me to do. It's a learning for me because then I review the battle, I can understand if I did mistakes, I can understand how to play better next time. And yeah, and then is to share the community and to give back something to the community, because I'm watching battle reports to learn. I also want to share my battle reports to other people to see if others can learn from that. Yeah, and I think that's all what I want to talk. Yeah, just this. I think I comment all what I want to talk about this. So battle reports is how I start watching videos in YouTube. It's not the first video that I did, but was one of the first. Was when I started doing videos. I had two objectives and share with the community how to improve the painting and challenge myself in the painting, and the other was do battle reports. So this is why I started the channel, and I will keep doing these battle reports as far as I can. So yeah, that's all. I think I covered more or less all the points that I want to talk here, and just thanks a lot for watching, and see you again later. Bye.